This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by lynda.com. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the episode of Rettinger's Riffs, the show where I rant, rave, and riff on anything that's going on in my mind. This week, it's all about Apple Pay. It came out officially on Monday with iOS 8.1. I used it, I want to talk about it, and what I think the future of mobile payments is going to look like. Let's go ahead and get started. So when I did my review of the iPhone 6 and the 6 Plus, I wasn't overly complimentary about the design of the phone. I thought them antenna bands were pretty ugly. But that antenna band right at the top's got a little bit of a secret, aside from being a bit of an eyesore. That is NFC, which means mobile payments are now finally on Apple devices. It took quite a while. I've been a huge supporter of mobile payments really ever since Google Wallet took off, and I thought for sure Google Wallet was going to be it. I could leave my house without my wallet, my credit cards, and I could use my phone to pay for everything. Unfortunately, though, it didn't quite work out that way. I've seen sort of other conglomerates trying to bring mobile payments mainstream. Things like the formerly called ISIS, which was obviously a very bad name in hindsight, is now called Softcard, has tried it, and Google Wallet has tried to make themselves a little more elegant, easy to use. Now enter Apple to see if it's any easier. So if you want to set up a new credit card in Passbook, which is now finally some utility, it's super easy to do. We have a whole post if you want to check that out down below showing you how to do that. Essentially just hit add credit card, you can take a picture of your card, puts in all your information. It goes through a few verification steps and you are good to go. So we'll talk a little bit about easy use and then we'll talk about security. So I figured the best place to try Apple Pay was an Apple store. Today, this is being filmed on Monday, is my mother-in-law's birthday. My wife wants to get her an Apple TV, so I ventured to the Apple store. I was the first person that they had ever seen there tried to use Apple Pay. Their new mobile terminals, they just flipped it over and now there's an NFC contact on the back. As soon as I took my phone out of my pocket and it was locked, we have a video of it too, we'll put up on Instagram. We're gonna do a whole YouTube video, but the whole thing took like 9 seconds from start to finish. Took the phone out of my pocket with it locked. As soon as I brought it up to the terminal, the screen lit up. You could see my default credit card. I went ahead and did some Touch ID to unlock the phone. I selected the credit card I wanted to use, put my finger back on Touch ID, and it was done. That was really it. Super seamless and really easy to use. Now I'm gonna go ahead and assume that Apple probably is gonna be the easiest place to use this since it's the Apple Store and it's Apple Pay. Going into your local Walgreens or Babies R Us might be a little bit tricky. But first impressions, this thing worked really, really well. I'm hopeful that in other places it's gonna work just as well. Apple, and certainly I'm guilty of this as well, has been criticized quite a bit for being very late to the game. The more research I did though on what's going on with the credit card industry, especially in the US, I think the more it actually made sense. So the rest of the world pretty much is way ahead of us when it comes to credit card security. We still rely on a super antiquated magnetic strip on the back of credit cards. Most countries, they've got a little pin and chip. You go ahead and put it in, you put in a pin code if you have one, you pull it out and you're done. Way, way, way more secure than what we offer. The United States is slowly moving over to offering that service. In fact, all new terminals are going to be required to support that pin-on-chip technology. So a lot of retailers are now starting to buy new credit card equipment anyway. As long as they're buying your credit card equipment, why not buy one that can support Apple Pay? Let me stop a real quick sec to thank our friends at lynda.com. If you want to better yourself, maybe get a better job, make more money so you can spend more money on Apple Pay, they've got you covered. They have literally thousands of super easy to follow video tutorials that are taught by just pros in their field to help you learn really anything that you want to learn. Membership starts just $25 per month. It's online, so it's on your schedule, so it's 24/7 access. Try lynda.com free for 7 days by visiting lynda.com/technobuffalo. That's lynda.com/technobuffalo. What Apple told us at the last iPad event when they were showing examples of it was anywhere that sort of has that little credit card with the Wi-Fi looking logo on it should be able to accept Apple Pay as long as that contactless payments is turned on, and that's it. It should work really well. So I like Apple Pay for a few reasons. First, I hate handing my credit card over to people. You never know, people are going to look at the credit card number or remember it. I hate having to call in my credit card number and they read it back to you. Apple Pay, it encrypts your number and it sends sort of a separate code to the merchant so nobody ever sees your credit card, which really makes things much, much more secure. Second, ease of use. It is really easy. It was like stupid, scary, easy to spend money on. So that's what I'm sort of hoping for with Google Wallet. I think Google Wallet's got a lot closer than they were when they first launched. But if you use a Google Wallet terminal versus an Apple Pay terminal, the Apple Pay terminal is just remarkably easier, mostly because you can just go ahead and use your thumbprint on it. And certainly other devices have that thumbprint on the Android world and the Galaxy S5, for example. But it just worked really seamlessly here. And this is just from day one. It's only going to get better as we go along. So from security and ease of use, I think Apple Pay is really good. The best part is it's free to us. So Apple's taking a cut from the merchant, but you don't pay a cent to that as the consumer, which is kind of nice unless they try and mark up the price. I think it's like 1/10 that Apple takes as a cut. So what's the moral here? Apple Pay works exactly as advertised, at least thus far. Certainly has a long way to go. It needs to be accepted everywhere. Let's be able to sort of pay people or send money to friends via Apple Pay. It's not there yet. Things you can already do on Google Wallet and other competing platforms. But from day one, first step, I think it works really, really well. So what's your guys' experience has been with Apple Pay? Do you like it, not like it? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. Until next time, I am John Ranger from Techno Buffalo. See you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you want to see more videos from folks who just love technology, hit the big subscribe button. And if you also want to see us play games, albeit sometimes horribly, check us out at twitch.tv/technobuffalo.